What's up, guys? Welcome to Blake's Garage. Today I got some parts from Extreme Online Store. I got this new front lip right here. It's carbon front lip. It's kind of like an APR style front lip, and it has the support bracket that I guess goes, I gotta figure that one out. I think it goes right in the inside of this piece right here. Car already does have some carbon bits on it. It has this in performance style front lip, performance style little side splitter things right here that are made out of carbon, which I do really love the look of those. I think it just really makes the front of the car, it just really ties it all together. As far as the side skirts go, these are in performance style side skirts as well. I did not double sticky, and I probably won't with these either. These did come with double sticky tape. I also ceramic coated the whole side skirt, but I just kind of wanted to show you, kind of put this up here where it kind of stops. So as you can see, these maybe stick out about an inch further. I think is when they'll have like a little bit less of a roll. As far as this front lip goes, it's gonna go up on there. I have to take off the other one, but you know, it's gonna have a similar look. I think it's gonna be possibly a little bit more low profile, and by that I mean I don't think it's gonna stick down here as much. So I'm kind of on an upward slope at the moment, and I could pretty much just put my fist in there. Now, like I say, this part of my driveway is not, this is dipping down, so usually I could barely kind of fit a fist underneath there, but I kind of wanted to show you. I do not have a ton of ground clearance, but I think I've had this front lip on the car for like probably a year now. I'll show you what it looks like underneath. It definitely scrapes all the time underneath, kind of coming out of my driveway. Just coming out of my driveway, I have one of those smooth curves. Even with side approach, it slightly scrapes every single time. So that just kind of gives you an idea of how low the car is. The car is on Swift lowering springs. Just a FYI. Wheel setup is Apex EC7s in the front and rear. These are a 18x10 in the front and an 18x11 in the rear. 275 35 R18s in the front with a 305 35 R18 in the rear. And I really love the look of it. So enough rambling, let's get down to it. We'll go ahead and pull the front lip off. Got the car all jacked up. I like to put these little ramps that I have under here. These are just some cheap ramps. I'll leave a link down below to where I get these. People always ask all the time, but I just took the ramp part off because I can't use that on any of my cars. So I just use them kind of as blocks instead of jack stands. I don't really enjoy using jack stands on this car. It's just a little bit more difficult. That makes it super easy. You can put them up underneath the wheels and I don't know, make easy work to do an oil change or something along the lines of that, or a splitter change out. So here is that in performance style front splitter. Kind of showing you that right here. And here is the underneath. As you can see, quite scraped up underneath there, but you know, not really too bad. One spot right here, I have a little bit of a chip out of it where I kind of hung up on a curb, but yeah, it's pretty much just screwed in there with some nice flat headed screws. So we'll use some of these that came along with the kit here. You can see these are self-tapping, but they also have that nice flat head. You don't want anything that protrudes out super far, because if it's protruding out, chances are it's gonna get caught and then rip your lip up. So you don't want to do that. Also on my car, I do have a Turner Motorsport. This is a skid plate in the front, and as you can see, I have used the skid plate a couple times bottoming out on the street and things along that line when, I don't know, hitting a good sized bumps. Like I said, I have everything pretty much screwed on here. There are some factory clips that I'm using the retaining pieces to. So I actually shoved a piece of aluminum up in between this area and here. That way I would get like a nice tight fit. Oh, you can see this is a little busted right here, my old one, but it has a good fit up right there, so that's cool. Okay guys, so here is my old in performance style front splitter. If I flip this over, now you can see all kind of like the carnage on this thing. See, it's been chipped up right there. It's been scraped quite a bit, but it has held up. The backside construction of this is, you know, kind of solid, which is good. Weight on it, I'd say it weighs about 5 pounds. This one, similar in weight, so maybe a little bit lighter. The only thing I'm worried about on this guy is that it's not solid here on the backside. So you do see this kind of has a lip. Possibility that this could hang up and chip off. So, you know, with all front splitters, I really feel like these things are consumables. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you buy one of these, chances are you're going to destroy it. So it's just kind of one of those things. Taking a look at this piece, and I know where it goes, I'm going to show you why I'm going to not use that aftermarket piece. It basically bolts in right here, but as you can see, I have this skid plate on my car, and then it bolts in right here with these screws on the front of the bumper. Now that makes my bumper super solid. However, on a factory car, this piece is plastic, and that's where you're gonna need that support bracket. So I really don't need it because I kind of already have it with that. But this, the idea here is that this goes, anyways, it smashes up under there and kind of rocks in between. I actually did have to take off front little carbon splitter pieces. They do protrude out a little bit more than the factory look right here. So what ends up happening is this doesn't really sit flush in the correct spot. So this splitter is basically made to run without those. And I should say to run without those without modification. You could take these, right, and you could cut into them. Now, I don't really want to cut into them because I may run the in performance lip again, so I don't really want to mess that up. I like how they come on and off, and it makes it kind of easy. We'll try out a different look on the front of the car. Basic idea here is, sits right here, sits in these little spots, kind of what you're going to want to find. In the front area, you are going to have to drill into, you know, the front area right here. That's what these little 4 screw holes are for there. Big deal, not a big deal at all. So it is pretty straightforward as far as these screws go. There are screw holes that meet up with the factory holes. So boom, boom, I put those 2 screws in, and then boom, boom over there. They utilize the little clips, the clips that look like this. So I just put the screw right into those clips. Mine came with a bit of extra little black screws. I'm gonna go ahead and use these in the rest of the areas here, since this is all centered up now. I'll just step back, kind of send one of these screws, make sure everything looks cool, and then send those screws in right there and right there. So looking at this a little bit harder, that would actually go in the inside of this, I'm pretty sure. That way, I don't know, it would reinforce this area, right? Kind of makes sense. If you want to go ahead and do that with this lip, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. If you run into any issues, what I would recommend doing, like if something kind of comes loose, you could always slip like a little piece of aluminum, boom, right up in between here, to get something like kind of a better mating surface. If for whatever reason it's not mating to the actual bumper itself, you need to be careful. You do want to, you know, kind of see where your oil cooler starts and stops. Where it stops is about this line right here. So just kind of keep that in mind. Make sure you don't drill into anything valuable and cause yourself a bunch of damage. But it's pretty solid all along that line. It looks pretty good, actually. I am digging the way it looks. It is just a little bit different because, like I said, I'm not rocking the carbon up here like normal. Ah! Don't drop your carbon. I'm definitely liking the way this looks. It definitely sticks out much more than the in performance type splitter. You know what? I'm probably gonna send another screw over here on the side just to get that a little bit tighter. Don't mind that, I hit a curb one time. Oops! Parking. Low car things. I freaking scraped it. That was a bummer. Right here, looks good. This all looks good. Probably, like I said, we'll probably just send one more into the side there. I like the way it protrudes out of the side a little bit too. It's a little more aggressive. This thing looks like it could create a little bit more downforce because it does have, you know, a further pokage than the stock one. The stock one only came out, or the in performance one, I think is probably about an inch less of protrusion out of the front. So as far as aggression looks in the front end, it looks really cool. My only thing is I do really love the carbon breakup of these guys right here. So if this is your only splitter you're gonna run and you do have these, like I was saying, you can make these work. You're just gonna have to like cut the bottom here, boom, cut this out, and then you should be able to fit it flush. So just a little bit more work with those, but it'll look good. Should be pretty easy. These things are ceramic coated. I ceramic coat all my carbon stuff or any exterior part that I put on the car. All right. Okay, so you can see the ones are a bit dirty, but also you can see that these ones do have a little bit more width to them. You see how the ones on the left have a bit more width. So we'll be installing those. Also, the new one has a nice groove in the backside that looks like it's gonna fit up in the channel of the M4. Man, I have to say, haven't seen the M4 without them in a while, and wow, that really takes away from the look. So yeah, I really do like the look of the carbon side skirts. They do really finish out the car, because man, it looks kind of naked right now. Those things look really good on it and just kind of give it an aggressive look. First thing I want to do is set the first screw. You don't want to do the middle, because if you do the middle, you're going to be off on the front and back. So you want to work from one side and keep going, or else you're going to kind of have like this wave look in it, and obviously we don't want that by any means. So you can see this little groove channel, it fits on there perfectly, which is awesome actually. That's great. And then yeah, we can just send it with one of our screws here. All right, so we've got the first one. You'll feel the groove lock in. So if you go like this, you'll feel it lock in there, and then we can just start continuing the screw situation all the way down. If you wanted to do the double sticky, now would be the time as well. You could double sticky on there first and then do this. All right, so I went ahead and screwed the side splitter on. You can see it right here. It sticks out farther than the other side, so I'm going to show you kind of like a side profile. You guys kind of see how that looks with the front splitter kind of sticking out. Now here is the other side that I had, and you could see it doesn't stick out as far. These are the M Performance style ones. See, it's only coming out about yay much, just a little bit, maybe like an inch past the stock side panel there. And then we'll go back over here. See, these ones come out about 2 inches past the OE side skirt. Now, I'm really liking the way the new ones look. I don't know, let me know down below, guys. It's kind of one of those things I can play around with. If I end up hitting this thing on stuff because it sticks out further now, I may have to go back to the M Performance splitter, but overall, I think it looks really cool. I'm gonna slap the other one on the other side, and then we'll throw this on the ground, and I'll give you guys a better look. All right, very, very easy installation. So that is it on the ground. The Sahara orange is looking good. I know a lot of people think the car is red, but this light, I think, is kind of showing the orange right now, if you can see it. I'm really liking the way the front lip looks. It looks very cool. It sticks out a bit more than the M Performance. Also, these side skirts are looking good. So let me know what you guys think down below. Did you like the old M Performance stuff better, or do you like the look of this better? I'm hoping that can add actually some like legitimate aerodynamics in the front. I don't know, just because it's sticking out quite a little bit. I know it's not like, I mean, it'll put some pressure on it, but it'll flex quite a bit. So, you know, is what it is. Definitely not like fully functional aero or anything like that, but I do think that it looks great. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you have not subscribed, maybe hit that little button and that little bell icon down there. That would be awesome. Trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. Well, probably like every YouTuber ever, but anyways, it'd be cool if you did that. Thanks for watching, guys, and wrench on.